Hey guys, welcome back to another Warframe 2024 playthrough episode. If you remember at the end of last episode we had gathered up all of the Necromech parts and also Gorse parts as well, and yeah, it is now the day after that last day. And if we take a look, Voidrig is now crafting, and I've also started crafting all of the Gorse parts, and we have now our, where is it? I lost it. There it is, helmet segment. That's now crafting as well, and that'll be done tomorrow. So yeah, it's all going to kick off this week, hopefully. We are going to be doing the new war this week, for sure. I am going to be streaming it. I think I said in the last episode that I'm going to be streaming it. Probably, it might make an appearance in this episode. I haven't decided yet how I'm going to do it, but yeah, I'm just going to stream it, and then I'll upload the full stream of the new war as kind of a separate video somewhere during the week. So look out for that. But this episode, there's a few things that I want to do. Obviously, with the new war, we are going to have to actually use our Necromech and also our, our Railjack. So we're going to have to start ranking those guys up. So that's kind of the first port of call. We're going to do some Railjack, try and build up our Railjack. So the way that I'm going to do it, just an FYI, I'm going to join a public squad. Now that I have the pole, by the way, this is the pole now. This is what it looks like. So our auxiliary contagion on here, I've been gradually ranking up sacrificial steel as I kind of get more endo. I'm going to get this to max rank, so yeah, you know. This I'm usually just subbing out with whatever, you know, I'm going against. So Smite Grenade, whatever. I don't have Smite Corpus, which is kind of weird, but doesn't matter. So yeah, this thing does a ton of damage now. It can easily take out the level kind of 90 to 100 enemies that you get on Veil Proxima. So now that I can actually help out my teammates in a meaningful way, I will be just joining a public squad on Veil Proxima. Hopefully it's Grenadier ones, and then we'll get our Intrinsics up to rank 7. In the meantime, we should also be getting a load of parts, rank 3 parts for our Railjack. And once we have all of those and the materials to build them, we'll build our own Railjack and just go solo for the rest of our Railjack kind of career, I guess. Until maybe we need to do Void Fissures on Railjack. So that's the plan for that. And then obviously when we get our Voidrig, we will probably rank him up doing Survival, I guess, Railjack. Or potentially Isolation Volts. I haven't really decided yet. But the main thing we want to rank up is the Mausolon, so the Arc-Wing weapon that comes, or the Arc Gun that comes with the Voidrig. That's kind of my main goal, is to get that guy ranked up. I don't really care about anything else, so we can rank that up just normally on an Arc-Wing mission, like Samantha maybe, if that's the name of it, I can't remember. So yeah, lots to get done. Once Gorse comes through, we'll obviously be putting him through the Shredder, once he's max ranked anyway, and putting Thermal Sunder onto Titania. We need to get the mods for Titania ranked up as well. There's a lot to get done this episode, basically, is what I'm trying to get across, guys. So yeah, we are just going to crack on with it. Alright guys, so I'm just doing Veil Proxima missions right now. Although my teammate's being very slow about these things, I might have to just go out and kill this radiator myself. I am aiming for a few parts, so I want to get a Z-Key reactor along with probably a VDAR engine, I guess, and either Z-Key or VDAR plating. That's kind of my go-to. Basically, massively increased damage with no shield, but high hull and armor is what we want. And the Z-Key reactor works off of that, as when the shields are down, I think you get increased ability strength, which is what we want for our missiles. I'm going to go ahead and guess that I'm going to have to get this radiator as well. Oh dear. That's fine. So yeah, I'm just going to keep going. We'll obviously be getting a lot of stuff as we go in terms of, I guess, endo actually. We should get quite a lot from excess parts that we get, which will be nice. Intrinsics, we'll be able to get a lot of XP. So that's also good. I've also put on an affinity booster, by the way, so I've got a resource booster and an affinity booster active right now. I bought those at Platinum. They will help us to get all of the materials that we're going to need to build our Railjack. Ore Crux capacitors are going to be the main thing, although I'm pretty sure we can only get those on Corpus missions, so once we get up to a high enough Intrinsics level, or, you know, we might just happen to join people who are doing Corpus missions. We'll be able to go ahead and farm those a bit better. Alright guys, so we have made a good deal of progress here. It's got us all the way up to rank 11 now, actually, and probably a bit beyond that. So all of our intrinsics are now up to rank 7, as you can see, and in terms of armaments, we now have, I've just built these two. These are the first ones that I picked up, basically, so I just went ahead and got them, although I'll probably keep the photors for my gunnery position, simply because the longer the range kind of on the gunner, the better. He's going to do a lot of damage anyway, and if you can hit targets from far away, great. And the accuracy is very good on the photors. The glazier I'll just keep at the front. I'm going to be mainly using Seeker Volley to do damage. Everything else is kind of neither here nor there. I'll upgrade forward artillery and warhead over time, so yep, that's all good. And then on the ship here we have nearly everything I want. Unfortunately I got 2 Zeki shield arrays, but neither have the bonus that I want. They both have boost to shields rather than boost to damage when shields are down, so that's kind of a bummer, but either way we'll make that just so we have something to start off with. I don't know if we can Valence Fusion these and gain the bonus of... We'll have to see. I think you can, so we'll probably start repairing these. So let's just contribute all of that. I don't need to rush that, actually. Let's just go back here. So, yeah, that's being built. We have VDAR Engines Mark III. That's going to give us a boost speed increased by 50% when shields are depleted. Like I said, it works quite well with that Zeki depletion and low shield capacity. It's always good. We'll Valence Fusion that with the other VDAR engine Mark IIIs that we've got here. How do I keep not going back here? So, yep, that's that. VDAR plating Mark III as well. I don't know. I do have one more, so we can Valence Fusion that. I will probably stick with this. The Zeki I don't think has the same hull composition as the VDAR. The VDAR can get a bit higher on the hull, so yeah, I'll probably stick with that. And then the reactor, I only have VDAR reactor, so I might as well go ahead and make that. But it's not going to give us, you know, anything decent right now. We need the Zeki reactor really to work with the rest of the build. So let's just repair these actually and see what we get. Gain damage immunity for 2 times longer. Yeah, that might be alright. Let's just do the last one and see what kind of bonus we get. 50% speed boost again when deploying their Arcwing. So I think maybe we'll do this. Plus 60. That does have the higher battle mod range. No strength there as well. The Zeki gives extra strength, which is really what we want rather than duration, but this will suffice for now in terms of a reactor, I think. Yeah, we'll just repair one. We have the resources for it easily, so we might as well just get all the parts fitted. Should be good. And yeah, crew, we've got all 3 crewmates now, so my defender, 5 combat, 5 endurance. My gunner has 5 gunnery and 4 combat. And my engineer has 5 endurance and 5 repair. So yeah, pretty damn good. And yeah, we're ready to go up to rank 11, like I said, so we might as well just do that now, I think. So fun fact about Titania, she can kind of just fly through this whole one. Nice and easy. Okay guys, so we have Gorse. I actually rushed him. I used 50 plat to rush Gorse, and that is because we just got our helmet segment, so we now have access to the helmet room over here. Once Gorse is maxed out, we can put him through the helmet, and then we can put Thermal Sunder onto our Titania, which is going to be very good for clearing out missions. We can then go ahead and wipe out the entire star chart and get access to Steel Path in one go, which will just be fantastic. And then as soon as our Voidrig is complete, which will be in... Let's see now. Where is Voidrig? 1 day, 19 hours. So not tomorrow, but the day after. We can go ahead and do the new war. Well, I'll rank it up a bit, but yeah. If we get a lot of platinum as well, then I will probably just rush that also. So before I log off today, I am just going to do a bit of relic opening. Hopefully rank this guy up in the process. We still have a resource booster and an affinity booster active, so that's all good. And yeah, we'll see what we can get done, guys. Alright guys, our Titania is now not done, but you know, she's in a good spot now. And I've gone with a purple, white and black colour scheme, I think, for this playthrough. I think it looks quite fancy. Yes, I did spend some platinum on appearance. I think it's about time. We've got far enough. So yeah, I have now got Thermal Sunder on her third ability, as we can see. The radius is not as much as I would want right now, and it is worth noting as well, when you get this, and obviously if you're using Thermal Sunder to take out enemies, you do want to go into your options, and you want to invert tap and hold abilities, and just make sure that Gauze is inverted. That way you can tap Thermal Sunder and get heat damage rather than cold damage. You can obviously hold it and get heat damage whilst not inverted, but for our purposes we are just going to be using heat damage, and heat damage does more than cold damage. Happy days. So yeah, we're just going to be flying around now on the exterminate missions, defense missions, and using this to clear out enemies, at least at the lower levels. We can't do this in Steel Path or anything. We don't actually need to max rank this because we get the normal, you know, double status effects from this anyway, so I'm not going to waste any endo on this just yet. We have an okay amount of health, and to be honest, we're planning on killing enemies fast. So yeah, we shouldn't take much damage from them at all. And Jeff, our Smeater, as you saw, he is now max ranked. I've just put some basic on him. I need to get Tech Enhance on here so that the duration of the double resources increases significantly. But otherwise, he's looking pretty good. We need to get some, Link Health as well, and Link Armor on her. But let's try this out, guys. Let's get ourselves an exterminate mission. Did I have one here? No, not there. I've actually cleaned out a fair few nodes now, so that's good. Need to do conjunction survival though. How about Pluto? Gotta be one over here. Here we go, Narcissus. So level 32 to 36 Corpus. Let's see how we fare. Can one burn them down? Yes, it can. So the plan is to just kind of hover our way through. Yeah, we've got an ambulance. Let's maybe take care of that. Oh, I can actually shoot it while it's in the air, huh? We'll need these anyway at some point. So might as well do it now. Thank you. Okay. So with our current radius on this, I am being a bit cautious. I'm not like full gunning it because my casting speed is also lower than, you know, I would want it. We don't have any kind of energy regen from Arcane Energize or anything like that, so... But you know what? For a early game build, I say early game, we're in the mid game now, let's be honest. It's actually doing pretty well. We have to go back a few times to collect some stuff, but... There we go. So, exterminate mission with an ambulance kill. About a minute and a bit. So that's not bad at all. And that'll obviously be faster for certain missions. Corpus with shields and all that good stuff is going to slow it down. So let's carry on, guys, and start clearing out the rest of the solar system. And then we'll move on, get our Necromech. And hopefully we'll have done the new war then. Alright guys, we now have access to our Voidrig. You can see here I'm just using our Mausolon that we now have, getting it nice and ranked up. As soon as it is at a reasonable rank, I am going to go ahead and just start the new war. We're going to stream that, and I'm going to upload the stream separately to YouTube for those of you who want to watch it. Obviously it's going to be a very long quest, so I don't want to use up too much of the time in the video for doing it. Unfortunately, it's going to take up a lot of my recording time anyway, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to get done outside of it. But yeah, I just want to give you guys like an update of all this stuff. And we're on Samanth on Neptune for this, by the way. I like to do this for leveling up my Arcwing stuff. at least in the early game. It's also quite nice for leveling up in the late game as well, actually, if you can get onto Steel Path and do it. But yeah, I'm just going to keep going for a bit. I'll probably do maybe 1 or 2 more runs of this. Shouldn't need many more than that. And then we'll have enough to at least get our Mausolon to a point where it's going to do a decent amount of damage. Alright guys, the new war is now done. Thank you for everyone who joined the stream, and particularly thank you to JP for that raid. I appreciated that a lot, so yeah, thank you my guy. We will be doing more streams moving forward, so don't worry. And the new war full video, the full stream, it's about 3 hours. I'll upload that to YouTube on probably Friday this week, so you guys can watch through all of that if you want and just chill. But now we are kind of preparing for the end game. That's, in my mind, what is happening. So yeah, we've got our Titania. She is ready to clear out nodes. What we want to do now, we need to collect our next 2 Warframes. The first one we're going to collect is probably going to be Banshee Prime. The second one is going to be Vault Prime. Banshee to collect all of our affinity, and Vault to do Eidolon hunting with. That's basically, in my mind, our next stage in progression. So if we take a look now at our operator, we do in fact have the Sirocco to hand, which is actually a pretty damn good amp considering we didn't have to build it, so that's really nice. So we'll keep hold of that. And we're going to have to farm up enough platinum now that we can obviously buy the frames we want, and probably also buy the arcanes as well, I think, for our amp. So that's going to be very important. We're also going to need to start leveling up. My goal is to get to MR16. That's kind of where I want to be at. And I do have a ton of weapons here that still need ranking up. And I just so happen to have got a 3-day affinity booster from completing the new war. So, yeah. Lots to do, lots to do. We also want to get Itzal from our dojo. And to do that, I actually started this, but I need to carry on doing it. I could do forward, actually. That'll get me 1. But first of all, I'm going to finish off this one, which is going to get me 2. Larissa. Mutagen Mass. Definitely going to need some of those to get Itzal, so I'm going to go ahead and probably finish that off now. So let's go ahead and throw Cora on. And we will, yeah, do both of those last 2. So let's get on with that. Okay guys, so I'm actually running out of time now to record this episode. I know there hasn't been a lot of gameplay in this, and I do feel a bit bad about that, but yeah, hopefully subsidizing it with the full new war playthrough on Friday will ease people's pain. But we have actually made a lot of progress this week, it's got to be said. I have now got a dry dock in our dojo. I'm also partway through researching the Tycho Seeker. So Mark 3 we can now do, I think, maybe? Yes, we can. So let's do that. Then we'll have the best kind of rocket launcher that we can have. That's all good. And then if we travel over to our Tenno lab, take a look in here, I've started doing a few things. So the Arcwing launcher segment is now done and ready to go. I need more Oxium in order to craft that, but not too much, so we should be able to get that pretty easily. I've also made a start on Itzal. You can see he's researching, or it's researching. It's going to be ready in about 2 days' time. And in that time, we're also going to have to collect up the stuff we need to build this. So I already have the Fieldron, the Mutagen Mass, and the Detonite Injectors to hand. But you can see we're going to need a ton of Oxium for this. So both the wings and the systems require 3,750. Now, we don't have access to Steel Path yet, so we're going to have to probably get on with doing like the Zariman quest fairly instantaneously, so we can, yeah, get to a decent Oxium farm. We need some more Tellurium as well. I don't have that. So in total, yeah, we're going to need, what, 7,750 Oxium, plus the 1,200 we need for the Arcwing launcher segment. So yeah, this is kind of a last port of call at the moment. In the meantime, I also want to be getting hold of Vault and Banshee. I did do a bit of off-camera farming for Platinum, actually, but I managed to get hold of both Banshee chassis and also Blueprint, so that's the gold and silver out of the way. There we go. So yeah, that's really good. My Platinum is desperately low, though, and that's what we need to work on. So I am going to go ahead and probably end the episode here, to be honest. like I said, I'm running out of time. But off camera, in between episodes, I'm just going to be opening relics and farming platinum. And next episode, I want to get hold of both Vault and Banshee Prime. And I also want to complete the Zariman quest as well. So, fingers crossed, we might actually be in an... we might be able to start farming Eidolons. At the very least, some Terrorists, perhaps. I want to get to ML 13 or 14 or wherever I need to be to get the Rubico Prime as well, because that's going to be our first Eidolon hunting weapon. So yeah, lots to get done. But anyway, guys, I'm going to round it off here. If you did enjoy the episode, please leave a like and subscribe. That episode, or not that episode, that video of the stream that we did the new war on is going to be going up on Friday, as I said, so look out for that. But otherwise, guys, I will catch you in the next one.